Hi guys, so considering this is my most asked about topic, it makes sense for this to be the video that I kick off with going back to normal with. So I'm going to give you a bit of an update on the Poland house build and my general net worth, which sort of ties in together, as you know. I'm also going to insert clips here of the house so you can see what it's looking like. But the way I'm going to structure this video is first I'm going to give you an update on what it's looking like, what's going on, what the outlook is and stuff like that. Then I'm going to give you an update on the numbers of the house build, and then I'm going to give you an update on my net worth. So hopefully I'm going to remember to tag these in the description so that you can flick through if you're only interested in a part of that. There's an annoying fly somewhere. So apologies if there's an annoying fly flying around, but I can't deal with more excuses not to film. I'm gonna get this done. So let's kick off with a general update. So the latest view is that hopefully by the end of August, I will have a closed house, I suppose. Essentially, I have currently got the walls and the roof, almost the finished roof. So I've got the structure and then I've got like wooden panels over it. So this is something that you don't actually need. It was an extra that I paid for. It has benefits such as it'll be quieter because I've got like a metal roofing panel rather than ceramic. I think those are the right materials in English. And therefore when it rains and stuff like that, it can be quite loud. So it quietens it down. But considering the price, considering it was about £2,000 to get this done for materials and labour, it wouldn't have been enough to convince me to pay that much just for a quieter house when it rains. But my main reasoning was the two other reasons. That doesn't make sense. You know what I mean. So firstly, it's extra insulation. So I'm trying to make my house as energy efficient as possible to minimize my bills later on. So obviously, if I just want to have part-time work or stuff like that, I don't want to have high bills. So the more well insulated my house is, the less I'm going to have to spend on heating and stuff like that. So having this extra layer of wood helps with that. And the second reason was it helps sort of with the structure, and it's less likely that my roof will be torn off by really strong winds. So the storms that happen in Poland every year get worse. Like I've been here for some of these really strong wind alerts and it is getting really, really bad. And whilst no one I know's roof has been torn off yet, I just want to make sure that I'm building a house that's sort of safer long term. So those are my two main reasons. So I've got that element of the roofing, and then they're going to come hopefully soon to do the sort of actual roofing tiles on top. Once they've done that, they're going to bring in the windows. So that's going to happen at some point in August. And then once they've done that, they're going to do the internal walls. So then I'll have rooms, because at the moment it's just one big open space. I've also ordered a door, which is meant to come in the last week of August, unless something happens and it comes early, but that's generally the waiting time. So by the end of August, I'm hoping I'll have a fully finished roof, windows, walls, like internal walls, and a door. And then the fun is going to start. So after that, it's electrician, plumber, all that kind of fun stuff. I still have no water and I still have no electricity. So I won't be in a position to move in until that gets sorted. So fingers crossed.
So this was the roof. It essentially came flat packed and they put it up in about 2 hours, which was insane. But you can see sort of here what it looks like now, and this big space in the middle, I'll be able to sort of walk through it and stand up, which is really cool. So that was the first stage, and then they put the wooden panels on it and then this like black cover, which is meant to stop rain coming in, which actually currently it's going through a little bit, but you can see here the wood from underneath, so it's like a proper closed roof now, and that little entrance there is where the stairs are going to be to the attic essentially. So a pretty big space up there to store stuff. And this is the inside. This is what it looks like at the moment. So like I said, one big open space at the moment because we don't have the internal walls yet, but The dog is having a lot of fun at the moment. And yeah, this is the windows outside at the back. And yeah.
Okay, in terms of funding now and the progress there, so as you can see, I've paid already about just under £48,000 for everything that I've done so far, which is quite a lot. And I'm thinking at the moment that I will need another 54, let's say 53,700. This is obviously an estimate that's going to keep moving as I find out prices of stuff. Prices at the moment are just so fluid. They change on a daily basis, and they went really up and then they're going down and then they're just fluctuating. So this is my best guess at the moment. And out of that, I have about 52 grand in both my cash and my company account. So it's likely that I will close my company next year once it's been operational for 2 years, so I can get entrepreneur's relief, and once I quit my job, because I'm no longer making enough for it to make sense to keep the company open when I no longer work full time. But that's for another video. So hopefully I'll have access to that cash later down the line. So currently 96.8% of the way there, which means I'm missing about £1,700. But like I said, fluid amounts. Emergency fund, not really moved much. I'm just focusing on building at the moment. So you got £26 out of 3,300. Investments, about 18,600. Again, not really building those. I have added mostly to my Trading 212 account, but I've not added a lot. So it's only been a few £100s. And obviously investments are currently fluctuating and going down as well. So even though I've added, the value may have dropped a little bit. And then the land, no change here in terms of what I needed. But if we jump to the net worth element, I think I mentioned in the last update, now it's worth about £13,000, so pretty good. Cash-wise, £52,000. Again, that's personal account and company account. The house, 47,800. Investments, 18,600. Retirement account, 8,300. And then I've added my car here, just because technically I could sell my car. So I've put it for £6,000. I purchased it for 7. So I've just sort of assumed that I could probably sell it for 6, but obviously until I was about to sell it, I wouldn't really know. But I just figured it's an asset that I can sell, so it should probably go on here. So total net worth about almost £146,000, which is just under 800,000 zloty, which is not too bad. Okay, let me know in the comments if you have any questions about any of that. As you know, I'm always an open book, and I'm happy to answer any questions as long as I can answer them. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.